morning, everyone. It's so good to see you all. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, and welcome to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. So it's a new week, new start of a bunch of new challenges. It's going to be really fun. I have a few favorites, so keep a lookout for day 2. I think that's going to be my favorite. So welcome, everyone. Starting to see some of you guys pop up in the chat. Good morning to all of you, and thank you for joining me. Let me know where you're from, what you're working on, if you're a student or if you're a professional. I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream today, so be sure to chat away in there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna hop on over to the homepage, the Daily Creative Challenge homepage over here. So it's behance.net/challenge/XD. And this is where you're going to find all of those prompts every day. So be sure to check back here for all of those. So if you're not already registered, be sure to press that blue button, and every day at 8 a.m. you'll get a new prompt right up here in your Creative Cloud app. So that's where you can find all of those. And how does it work? If you've never done it before, don't worry, it's very easy. So it's not a competition. There's no winners or losers. It's really just for you to receive feedback on your work and learn a new skill and connect with the design community. So it's a lot of fun, so stay tuned for the whole 2 weeks. So once you press that register button, you can also join the Discord community chat. So I'll get into that in just a second, and you want to be sure to stay tuned for our daily live show. We're live every day here at 11:30 Pacific time. And then you want to be sure to share your work, share it on Discord. So below that, we've got all the challenges down here. Today's just like a welcome day, just kind of an intro. I'm going to go over some past challenges that I really think were good examples, and I'm going to dive into some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my design career. But tomorrow you're going to see this pop up with a new prompt. So all of these are blank right now, but you'll get that on each day. And then below that, you're going to be notified about future XD challenges. So this is new, so you can subscribe if you want to know about those. And then below that, of course, if you don't already have XD downloaded, you definitely want to do that. So go ahead and click right here. It is free, so feel free to do that if you'd like. And this is the link for Discord. I'll also just put that up on the screen. So this is the link if you want to take a screenshot or something. Feel free to do that now, or you can just go to the challenge page. And then below that, I know a lot of you guys were asking about the past challenges. So those are all down here. You can still rewatch. So again, it's just for you. Like, feel free to skip around if you don't have time or something. But each day you'll get a download from Dropbox. We'll upload just a file of like inspiration and resources and things like that. So you can find that each day on Dropbox. And then below that, if you want to watch the video, you can find that here. So next I want to go into Discord. If you guys are not already members, you definitely want to sign up. So this is what it looks like if you've never joined before. On the left here, we've got all the channels. A few of my favorites are Creative Challenge. This is read only, so this is where you get all of the prompts for the day, and then some pro tips. The mentors, myself, as well as all the others over here, will be giving you guys just some tips and tricks and cool articles, design-related things right there. And then another big one is current challenge. So that's whatever we're working on the current challenge. And we definitely want you guys to submit your work. So whether it's just a screenshot, work in progress, or a link to your portfolio, that can go in past challenges or design others. So we definitely want to see what you guys are working on. So we'll be checking this throughout the 2 weeks, so I'm pretty active in that particular channel. And then, yeah, feel free to introduce yourself in the introductions panel. And then over here, like I mentioned, all the mentors are here. And then we've got some Adobe folks here, some moderators, and all of you guys in the chat. So, cool. Yeah, so today, like I mentioned, it's more of just like a welcome day. Tomorrow we'll get started on the actual first challenge, but I might give a few hints throughout the stream. We'll see how it goes. So be sure to keep watching. But yeah, so first I want to get into some examples that I think are really great from past challenges. So the way that I find these, I go to, and this is important because you guys want to make sure you add the keyword. So it's just XD daily challenge. And that's how we, all of the mentors, are able to find your work and give you guys feedback and things like that. So yeah, that's how we can scroll through these. You can go to projects and sort by most viewed, most appreciated, and things like that. But a few that I really liked, so this one was by Marina Lauritsen. Really great job. And I'm gonna highlight just like some examples of why I think each of these really succeeded. So for each prompt, we not only want you guys to focus on like the visuals and the UX, how the layout is, but also what skill you're learning. So we're gonna tell you to focus on a particular skill that you can learn in XD. So this one I really liked that Marina showed like the before, during, and after of each like prototype. So the dragging down, the icon spinning up here, and then what it looks like afterwards. So showing that GIF like really shows potential employers that you have these skills, but also that you can make a really great UI layout. And then like this one, drag to rearrange. Again, I really like the minimalist kind of feel. And I like that she showed not just like a flat screen, which I do think is important to show that so you can see like high res really quickly what the layout looks like, but she also showed the prototype and the mock-up of what it would look like on a real device. And then scrolling a bit further, this is a smart home app. So this one, it shows a lot of the clicking around, so on and off states for toggles, and what does the slider look like. So I can already tell she knows how to do a lot of things in the prototyping tab in Adobe XD, so this is a really cool one. Yeah, and I like that they're all like cohesive, they all match very well. So the next one, yeah, that was, let me give her another shout out, Marina, great job on that. So the next one was from my past music challenge for the 2 weeks. So the ones this week are not going to be progressive. They're going to be different like each day, but this particular one was progressive. So we were trying to build a design system and each day kind of built off of each other. So this one's by Than Wong, and I liked that first off, he had kind of a waveform for the logo, and then he shows not just the final product, but also like all of the work, like how did you get there? And that's another thing for employers that they really want to see. They want to see how you work, like what's your process like. So it's nice like showing your mood board. So even describing it, he said like this is a futuristic look with a neon vibe, kind of going for like nightlife, really like that. And then typography, not just choosing like, okay, we used Rubik font, but also like here are all the weights, and then the body font and the button sizes, and then colors, not just a primary and an accent color, but a bunch of different primary colors, some secondary colors, and the gradient. I love it. You even named the gradient Electric Tokyo. That's awesome. And then even showing the icons and UI elements. Definitely don't feel like you have to do all of this, but this is just like above and beyond a great example. Some forms and controls, and then at the end he has the actual design on an iPhone. I will say on this one it would be nice maybe to see a few more different screens instead of just one, maybe like a clickable prototype. But overall this one is really like a nice holistic view. So great job, Than, love that. And then the next one that we have is by John Pauletto. So this one, I've actually never seen this movie, Coco, but it looks really cute. The reason I like this one is because he has the header that's like super just draws you in right away, and that's what you want for. You can use this also for like the template or the thumbnail, something super vibrant and eye-catching, but also that shows you like, okay, I immediately know that this is a movie app, and here's a mock-up of the app itself. And then below that, he's got, this is so cute, some different scenes in the background, and but it's not too busy. He's got, the first page is like a splash screen, maybe with a little preview of the movie, and then on this one we've got like some UI for choosing what type of ticket you want, what seat and what time, and then the final, what does the receipt look like, or the ticket look like. So all 3 steps. And I think this is a good example of like how much work maybe you would want to do for each. Spend like 30 minutes to like an hour on each one of these. You don't have to go like building a whole entire app, so don't feel too overwhelmed. But 3 screens, you know, being able to like click through something I think is really important. And then he's got some mock-ups in an iPhone. This looks awesome. And one thing I will say about the iPhone mock-ups, a lot of times I see like the kind of skewed like 45-degree angle mock-ups, and those are sometimes a little bit hard to see. So this one, it is nice because I can see flat and angled, but just be sure that if you are doing that, you give both options. So awesome job, John. I love that one. And then this last one is by Jacob Wisniewski, and this one's called Thunderfy. So this one I really liked it, again, because the header really draws me in. We've got a lot of negative space around here, and then like the logo. And he doesn't have a description, but I think it's okay, because I'm like, I immediately know that it's something to do with like a car app, maybe some kind of Uber sort of app. And I'm already drawn in, so I want to keep scrolling. And then down, so it's in another language. I don't know what that says, but I liked the design of this case study. So he's got some mock-ups, that looks cool. And then I assume these are like the features of the app, so maybe it's like battery charging and chatting and some kind of map. So this is, yeah, so listing out the features, maybe giving a short little description. Yeah, I love this one. Cute little pattern in the back with motorcycles and cars. And some mock-ups. This one looks awesome. So who was this? Jacob. Awesome job, Jacob. I love this one so much. So you guys can kind of get an idea of the kind of style and like type of case, like things that you would include in a case study after you're done with each of these days. So you definitely want to upload them to Behance after maybe you get some feedback on Discord from us, and be sure to add that keyword XD Daily Challenge, so that we can find it like this and maybe like feature you on the show. Okay, cool. So those were a few of my favorite examples. Now I kind of want to take the rest of the time to just talk about, as you're doing these 2 weeks challenges, some shortcuts and websites with like resources and tutorials that I think can help you work faster. I've been a designer for about 5 years now, so I feel like I've built up quite a bit of like just links of great websites and things like that, and some plugins. So I have this file. So this is what each of the downloads are going to look like. Now, this is actually the one for tomorrow, but I blurred out. You can see what the challenge is about and what the focus is on. So if you can tell, I don't know, maybe anyone can tell if you have one of these apps, like what one of those are, but they're blurred out pretty much. So maybe you can get a head start. But up here, I'll have the header, and then it'll say like what day you're on. So today's day 0, there's no challenge today. And then I'll have a little bit of a description about the challenge and what specific skill in XD I want you guys to focus on. And then below that, I'll have some inspiration of similar apps or websites to whatever the prompt is. So whether it's like an iPhone app or just something from like Dribble or Pinterest that I think is awesome. And then below that, I'll have some resources for you guys, maybe relating to or not relating to whatever the day's prompt is. And then, so I'll get into some of these first. So, icons. This actually is not even my full list of icons, icon websites, but these are just a few of my favorites. So, Jollycons, that is a good one. So some of these you have to pay for and some of them are free, but feel free to fit whatever fits with your budget. So this one I think they're $8 for each, but these I really like because they're all like very tiny. I always go for the tiny ones, and they're like rounded corners, outlined, just very cute, very adorable little icon. So Jollycons is a great one. That one I use a lot. Another one is Wycon. Let's see, Icon Jar. So this one, it's a like one-time fee, just like up front, but this is cool because it's an app that you actually download to your laptop, and then whenever you download any icons as like a PNG or whatever, you keep it in this folder or this app, and you don't have to keep going to the same websites to download those same icons that you download all the time. So this is cool. I think it's like $35, but then you can keep everything offline and you don't have to be online if you're looking for icons. Another one, let's see, Suture Icons, or maybe it was this one, no. Icons.suture. Yeah, so these, there's 250. These are for $50, but again, like you can search them, really cute kind of minimalist. So like if you say music, there's music apps, or icons, phone. So those are cute. And let's see, what is another good one? Okay, so a free one is the Noun Project. There are some free ones on this list, I promise. So let's see. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the Noun Project. This is a really good one. There's like something crazy. over 2 million icons. So these are really like every style. The rest of the ones I have on there are kind of more like minimalist icons, just because that's my personal favorite. But yeah, these, when you search, all you have to do is just create a login, and then you can find a bunch of icons there, bunch of different styles, and then you can download them. But that's a great one. And okay, so photos. Unsplash, you guys have probably already heard of. That's some free, really high quality, like stock photos. Adobe stock, of course, since we are Adobe, some really great ones on there if you have a Creative Cloud account. And Pexels, with an E, is actually a new one that I found recently, and it's very similar to Unsplash. So again, these are all free, really high quality photos. So if you need any throughout your 2 weeks that you're working on your design challenge, feel free to look here. Let's see, some mock-ups. Okay, so Vectory, this is a neat one. Where did I save this? So this has been really popular on Twitter in the last few months, so I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's basically, once you're done with your screen design, whether it's on like an iPhone or a Mac, it doesn't show any here, but this is, once you download it, I think you might have to pay for it, or maybe you get a trial or something, but the Apple commercials where like the iPhone rotates really slowly and it looks super professional. So this helps you do that like super easily. So that's a really cool one. And so the place that I'm finding a lot of these is on Product Hunt, actually. So I just I go to this little kebab drop down, and then I go to collections, actually it was topics, and they have a whole bunch of ones for design tools. So that's where I find a lot of these. So like Pexels I found here, Unsplash, Feather Icons, that's also a great one. So feel free also to look here, like there's a bunch of really great design tools there. And then tutorials and best practices. So a few places where those are great. Obviously our very own Howard Pinsky's letsxd.com. So I've recently been looking into his pro tips tab. He's got a bunch of really great tutorials if you want to learn specific things in XD, so like the number counter and the animated charts, pull to refresh. So these are maybe more like pro or like advanced sort of tutorials. And then the snackables are great if you're just like, you just have a minute or so and you just want to get started doing something cool in XD. So they're like super short, just minute and a half, and it's just over like overlays and responsive resize, drag triggers, and things like that. And then also what's new, and yeah, everything you can learn. So that's a really great resource as well. So definitely check out Howard's website. Another one I wanted to mention. Oh, checklist design. Okay, I found this recently, and this is an awesome website. So a lot of these other ones are more like tutorial websites or just like resources like icons and such. But this one actually, and I haven't seen anything like this, it's a bunch of the best UI and UX practices. So you can click through any of these, so pages, components, and it'll give you a whole list of the best practices. So let's say we're going to make a contact page, and this is like your first contact page you've ever made, or if you just want a refresher, like definitely go here. So what kind of features are on a contact page? You want your personality and branding, you want some clear methods to contact, you want your social media accounts, and then some resources like some Dribble or just like examples of what others have made for this particular page, and then some articles and other research like Medium articles, things like that, and also some examples of actual websites that are already made that are awesome. What else? Like login. So if you've never made a login page before, your title, and you want your password and your account ID. So it just lists everything out here for you. And if you don't know what any of these are, it'll tell you exactly what it is. So this, I think, is a really great resource for not just noobs, but also more seasoned designers. So definitely check this one out. Yeah, and then components, we've got modals, so title, descriptive text, some buttons, close action, so this one's great. And going back to my file, so what's new in XD, that's on Howard's Let's XD page. And then down at the bottom, I'll always have just where you want to be sharing your work after you're done with it. So Discord, like I mentioned in that channel, current challenge channel, this is the one you'll want to be sharing, if it's work in progress, totally fine, just let us know. Or if it's a link to a clickable prototype, that's awesome too. And then when you're done, you've gotten some feedback, post to Behance with that tag word, with that keyword. Cool, so that is kind of like what it's gonna be looking like on each one. And let's see. So I think I covered all of these. Vectory, Behance, the noun project. Oh, and another one, Feather icons. This is one I definitely wanted to mention. Yeah, so these are all open source as well, so I love this resource for icons. So open source is just like you can use it in your app, and it is free. Cool. So let's go back to this. And then I also give you guys an artboard to go ahead and get started. So yeah, we've got a bunch of really fun challenges coming up. So definitely be sure to stay tuned for those. I'm gonna check real quick if you guys have any questions in Behance. Let me know. Cool. Okay, so guys, we're nearing about the end of our live stream now. So thank you everyone so much for joining. Today was like really fast, so what a blur. But this is going to be a really fun 2 weeks. So I have a few very interesting, kind of different challenges that I haven't done in the past ones. So you definitely want to do a few of these. So be sure to register with that big blue button on the XD Challenge homepage if you haven't done that already. And next up is our XD live stream with creative director James Hugh. And he'll be creating a landing page and be focusing on design systems. And I believe he works at FitFabFun, which is so cool. So I'm excited to watch that live stream. So thank you everyone so much for joining the stream, and I'll see you every day for the next 2 weeks at 11:30. Bye guys!